What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the light blue color, the sky blue color here, playing as Hades. His name is Scotty. His partners today in the blue color playing as Loki. His name is Shelty. Shelty subbing in for Fox here, it would seem, to play some Norse. And finally, in the bottom of the map, in the pink color, purple color, whatever you want to call it, his name is Joe, and he's playing as Isis together. They make the deities of death. Their opponents today in the red color playing as Hades. His name is Domantis, playing as Loki. His name is Matrius, and rounding out the team here in the green color, playing as Zeus. His name is I Kill, You Die. What an exciting time to be alive here, ladies and gentlemen. It's currently 1-0 in this best of 5 series for the winners finals of the whole thing. The winners finals. Wow, winners finals means there's still one more game remaining. One more series remaining for the winners side. So if you are currently wondering what's going on, what's left, we've got winners finals, which is this one. We've got the losers finals, which is going to be the loser of this series versus the winner of the losers semifinals. So you can go and check that out on YouTube if you haven't seen that yet. It should be out there by now. And then finally, we're going to have the grand finals, which will be the winner of this game versus the winner of that game. And things are going to be very, very exciting, I'm sure, here. So let's move up here and see what's happening for everyone and take a quick look at this map. It's Anatolia. We've seen Anatolia. UCA picked Anatolia. DoD picked Acropolis. So DoD is the more cool team, obviously, because they picked the weird map. But UCA is happy with their Acropolis pick. But honestly, picking Anatolia against Joe is a very dangerous thing. Joe's Isis, I don't know if you know, but Joe's played Isis on Anatolia just a little bit in his playing days. He's played a couple of games on Anatolia, and Isis used to be, for some reason, the best god on Anatolia. There's a reason why people thought that Isis was the best god on Anatolia. And honestly, Isis probably still is the best god on Anatolia for many, many reasons. The big reason is that Isis gets access to a gold boosting god power, which allows Isis to spend the food rate that she gets to get to the heroic age at a really, really nice time. So we'll see if Joe's going to be going for that. But the thing is here that DoD have actually left Joe out to dry in this game by saying, Joe, you go by yourself on this side. We're going to position the Loki on this side, and we're going to have a very, very strange Anatolia to move forward onto. Because you can see Shelty here, he's on the top fish, and you can see that Matrius is on the bottom fish. So it's going to be an all-out destruction of the side player most of the time. This is how this works. I mean, alternatively, we could just see that the Loki players go straight at each other right through the middle, because both Loki players hit the pocket, which is effectively what you want. And then they might just attack each other, and this might just be a coin flip in a way, because Loki Mirror is a coin flip because of the Mythionite spawns. If you get an Iron Hear, you win. If you don't get an Iron Hear, you lose most of the time. I mean, you can make a little bit of micro to find some advantages there, as we do see a very, very early Athena here from I Kill You Die. Now, I'll talk a little bit about what I think the meta here is for the flank, kind of the one player side of Anatolia. I think the meta is actually to do a 5-15 advance with 18 fishing ship, because you've got all the extra fishing spots. If you're on the bottom here, what you'll notice is you only get a roughly 15 fishing spots a piece here per player. So you get 15 spots here, you get 15 spots here. Sometimes it's 15 and 12 if it's a 1v1. So if you go 15 and 12, one of those players, and normally that 12 fishing spot player should be the pocket, will want to be advancing at 445 with the 12 fishing spots. So that's kind of my opinion on exactly how this map is supposed to be playing. So, but we're not actually seeing that really happen here from iKill. So he's actually going to be in a bit of a difficult position here, I would say, moving forward. As we see all the docks coming through now for Scardy, he is happily taking all of these fishing locations. He's going up through Athena with his perfect advance, has all these fishing spots happening. We see the forward build here from Shelty, goes double temple here. This is what we saw a very, very strong Loki player, I think by the name of Mechanics do. It might have been Ragnarok. So he went double temple to get the bonus production here. And same too, we're seeing Matrius doing that as well. As he gets himself Persian, he's going to start getting his Herser out as the Herser are starting to move across the map. Shelty versus Matrius here is going to be one for the ages, ladies and gentlemen, as we do see these Herser turning around. They do have a big advantage here on that fight. We see the Herser immediately retreating back. There's a whole bunch more Herser coming in. The spy does get dropped down. Which god did we see this one go through? We did see Joe going through Eclipse here, go through bars here. He is going for the early raids onto this position here, as that's really, really nice. You don't want to get too far forward here, though. There is a really cheeky trick you can do. We're not seeing Demantis do this, though. He pops out straight away. Joe's going to be retreating back. He actually should be pulling all the way back here. Nice micro from Joe, though, to get a little bit of an advantage there. But in these positions, Joe just needs to play defensively and let his civilization give him the advantage. You can see he's already just sending villagers over onto gold. He should be throwing down an armory here as well, just with one villager, and just sitting back and allowing he should just be allowing the Demantis trireme to come in onto these positions. As we do see Shelty now starting to push in here as the Herser come through. We will be seeing the Herser doing their darnness to take these fights. There's the INR spawn for Shelty, though. That should be a huge advantage for Shelty coming forward into this game. We see the restoration coming through here from Scardy. The restoration coming through from Demantis and I Kill You Die. They blunder. They both click it at the same time. Huge mistake there from UCA. That was every single little bit of the plan that they had. The double restoration there was going to be absolutely huge, but we see it not quite working out there as they both go at exactly the same time. A huge blunder there by UCA, as Shelty is now going to be able to continue to push through. He still has the INR here to help him out. He's got the population advantage to boot, but there's the INR spawn for Matrius. That's going to turn the tables ever so slightly coming through here. Matrius is shortening himself on a couple of military buildings here as Shelty is able to push through. Not only that, over here we are seeing Scardy and I Kill You Die at a little bit of a standstill on that water over there. Same too is Joe moving forward here in this game here. We see the army retreating back ever so slightly here, but Matrius pulls back and he's going to be shaking his head saying, guys, we had a plan here. We had a plan. It just didn't quite work out. We see Shelty trying to drop a longhouse down onto this position as he's still trying to make the push happen here, trying to use this INR to the best of his ability. We are seeing that troll going after the throwing axe from there. As look at this. Delaying the Hall of Thanes here. Shelty is pumping those throwing action. He knows it's not important to get Hall of Thanes early in this matchup. Getting it a little bit later, making sure you get out a handful of throwing action is exactly what you need to do, as we do see a troll spawn here. Not exactly the best, but it will help at taking out that INR from range here as the longhouse is getting taken down. We do see that the trireme are going to be coming in onto this position, but I'm not sure Joe's going to care all too much. I'm surprised we haven't seen the heroic age coming through just yet here for Joe. He's drawn down the armor. He still hasn't used his prosperity just yet over here as the army still pushing in, taking down those houses here. We do see on this position a troll spawn coming in as the Herser trying to swing it around the back. There is still no upgrades here for Matrius. He has to pull back. Shelty has just that little bit of an advantage here moving forward. There's the prosperity coming through for Joe as Hall of Thanes is coming in for Matrius. That's a good timing here. If Matrius can get out all the units he needs, the problem is he's been losing a lot of houses here. He's going to need to get those houses back if he wants to really take this fight. We see medium infantry as the first upgrade of choice here for Shelty moving forward, as the INR does get that final horn off, so he's going to have even more of an advantage as Matrius does pull back. Hall of Thanes now does pop here for Matrius. We'll see if that's going to help him out or not, as Joe simply just going to hold on here. What I want to see here from Joe is a monument in the base of Loki before the 10-minute mark. That is vitally important here for Joe, because there's going to be earthquakes coming for him from I Kill You Die here, or not from I Kill You Die, I should say, from Demantis. Demantis cleaning up through Apollo. This is going to be everything. He needs to get that monument up in the base of Shelty, otherwise the earthquake is going to be absolutely huge here. for I Kill You Die. While it does seemingly look like Shelty is winning on this location, the score is very, very close here as the army here of Mattress is retreating back, but we've seen Nepthys coming through for Joe, and while there are these Hearser here, this is just going to be go time for Shelty. Shelty just needs to attack Ancestor's Eclipse on this position. Maybe Shelty has hit Bragi here first as well, but Ancestor's Eclipse, flaming weapons onto this position is just going to completely erase Mattrius from the game as the cabinets are pushing through here for Joe. I do think that Joe should have waited a little bit on this. Wait for the arrow ship cladding here before he goes for this fight, because you do get that a little bit earlier with Isis. He advances just like 30 seconds before, plus the cheaper upgrade and everything else. As we do see cladding is immediately coming through for Joe. Demantis trying to put some pressure on here. Not able, he's just going to hold back for a little bit. Joe will get himself out of Leviathan as well, which will help him coming forward here as Joe does decide not really ready to fight just yet. Ancestor's Eclipse coming into the main base of Demantis. This is huge, but Demantis is ready here already. He has his Ajax, he has his Chiron, very switched on. This Demantis is in this game. A couple of villagers will go down, but he should be able to deal with the majority of these minions here with his heroes coming through. I think that the better play would have been to use it, even though there are all of these Hearser here, the better play would have been to use it on this position with a Bragi, with a flaming weapons, to just completely erase Mattrius from the game. But nonetheless, we see heavy cabinets coming in. Arrow ship cladding is coming through for Demantis. But this is a nice play from Demantis, just retreating back. He realizes the advantage that Joe has moving forward here in this fight. The town center's coming up for Joe now as well. I kind of would have liked to see him go straight to the Mythic Age through Thoth and drop a Meteor here, but we still haven't seen that. We still haven't seen that monument being dropped in the main base of Shelty, and I think he's going to be in for it here, as I don't think the DoD has really forethought the kind of meta play here that UCA has been doing on this map here with the early Earthquakes, the early Artemises coming through, and Joe does see the arrow ship cladding, does decide, yep, time to just retreat back. We've got ourselves 21 archer ships apiece. Both players here have exactly the same upgrades. Tell a lie, we have Pierce upgrades here for Joe, so he should be able to actually win these fights moving forward here as Flaming Weapons comes in onto this position. Mattrius casts his own Flaming Weapons as he does retreat ever so slightly, still trying to fight this. We've got heavy infantry already through. For Shelty is going to be heading a lot of damage there with those units. We see the villagers getting pulled off here, trying to take down these throwing axemans. We do see a mountain giant spawn. They're not going to be the best of help there for Mattrius, as Shelty is trying to force as best as he possibly can. Imagine Ancestor's Eclipse now coming in onto this location. Could have been a completely different, not a completely different story, because Shelty has completely wiped Mattrius off the face of the planet, but this town center would be dead immediately. These villagers over here would be dead as well. We see Fimbulwinter now coming, or Tira, I should say, coming through now for Shelty. Shelty is playing this game out of his mind right now, and I must say, we have been ignoring this for the entirety of this game, because what's really to talk about? They've just been moving back and forth the entire time, so let's just pretend that we understood that they were at a standstill this entire game. We got one town or two town centers coming up for I Kill You Die, and in that moment, Mattrius just says, guys, I screwed up. Shelty outplayed me hard, or we screwed up because we didn't use the restoration, double restoration properly, and Shelty just gets the dub here. That's insane. That game was absolutely insane here, ladies and gentlemen. Mattrius here, I mean, you have to ask the question, why didn't UCA click restoration first? Just one person hits restoration first, and then DoD uses their restoration, and then UCA uses their restoration. That was absolutely crazy. Apparently, Shelty got 2k food from Skadi here in this game. Apparently. If we take a look at the post game here, economy, 2,100 resources were fed to Shelty. That's absolutely insane. I mean, I did talk about this early game here from I Kill You Die. You actually take a quick look at the post game and compare the food, the resource total here from I Kill You Die. Was it I Kill You Die and Skadi? Look at the food difference. That's not correct. This is a mirror matchup. We've got ourselves 2,000 resource difference here. So this 2,000 resource difference that Skadi had, he could very easily give away to Shelty here and have no repercussions for it. No repercussions for it. Really smart play here from DoD actually with this feeding strat to push the Loki into the stratosphere. You get those crazy amounts of units out. Like, look at all the buildings that Scardy has. Shelty has, excuse me. He's got Temple, Longhouse. He's got Longhouse. That's 5 military buildings out for Shelty, and he is just pumping through the ages here in this game. Absolutely love this play here from DoD. UCA gets the L, and now DoD is up 2-0 in this matchup on match point. We'll see the last game coming up very shortly, the first of the pre-picked maps. We'll see what DoD wants to try and do in this next game and if it's going to work out for them. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.